Hi, Emma. Sorry to bother you at this busy time. There's something I wanted to talk to you about today.
Oh, Ashley, what is it? Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing like that. It's just that something has been bothering me recently.
Something bothering you? What is it? I'm sure it's not a big deal anyway.
I wanted to ask you what you really think about John's marriage with me.
Oh, Ashley, that's something I don't have to tell you, right? But if you dare to ask me, I will tell you honestly.
Yes, please.
To tell you the truth, I have always had my doubts about you marrying into our family.
I see. Why is that?
I think you should reconsider marrying John. I honestly don't think someone like you is suitable to be his wife.
What do you mean by that?
Well, let me be totally honest with you. You are not suitable to be his wife.
Oh no, I have worked so hard, and yet...
I acknowledge your efforts, but that's not enough. My family needs a more refined and dignified wife.
Refined and dignified. You think I don't have those?
That's right, Ashley. To be honest, I'm embarrassed to be seen with you.
Embarrassed? What's so embarrassing about me?
For example, your origin and educational background. It is not that I look down on you for that, but I am still concerned about what people around me think of you.
Origin and education. Just because of such things.
That's right, Ashley. The world is cruel. Our family has a certain status, so someone who is worthy of it should come to marry John.
That is understandable, but how can you reject me for such a reason?
That's part of the reason why you're not accepted as a wife. But that's not all.
That's not all? Are there other reasons?
Yes, Ashley. You don't understand our family traditions and values. Even for a single household chore, your way of doing things. I'm sorry to say this, but you're not doing what you should be doing.
Oh no, I always try so hard.
I know you work hard, but that doesn't mean you understand the rules and values in our home. You are not aware enough to be a member of our family.
What am I supposed to do then?
Well, maybe one thing you can do is reconsider marrying John.
Why do you say that? We're about to get married.
Love is a temporary feeling. Family values and traditions are more important. You don't understand that.
Still, I want to be with John.
Well, that is your right. But I wonder if you are ready to be a suitable wife for our family. Ashley, the wedding is soon. Are you really going to marry John?
Of course I am, because marrying John is my happiness.
But I have been advising you for a while now to reconsider marrying him.
I appreciate your advice, but our feelings have not changed.
So you still plan to get married? You're on your own if you regret it.
There is nothing to regret. With John, I can overcome any difficulties.
Where do you get your confidence from? Marriage is not that easy.
I know it's not an easy thing to do, but we love each other and want to build a future together.
If you say so, I won't say anything more. I still doubt if you are really the right person for John.
Thank you for respecting our decision. But why do you think so?
John is my precious son. I doubt if a middle school graduate girl like you can really make him happy.
Isn't that a big misunderstanding, Emma?
But you quit high school halfway through, didn't you? Compared to that, John is so talented. But to be with you?
Emma, we love each other and want to build a future together. I think that is the most important thing.
Do you think love alone makes a marriage work? Can you solve money problems, housework problems, or even child-rearing problems?
Of course there will be hardships, but we will get through it somehow.
It's nice to be optimistic like that, but reality is not that sweet.
Still, I'm prepared for it. I will support John and build a happy family.
If you say so, then I have no choice but to watch over you. If something happens, you can talk to me about it. I won't let your failure go unnoticed.
I understand. I will keep your words in mind. Thank you very much.
I hope you have a good wedding.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Emma. Sorry to bother you in the early morning. Something terrible happened.
What on earth is going on so early? That kind of insanity is no good. What?
The dress is gone. The dress for tomorrow's wedding has disappeared.
How could you have slept until now when something like that is happening? It's only been 3 months since you registered. Aren't you being too lazy? Normally, a wife gets up before sunrise and does the housework. You don't seem to have any sense that you are John's wife at all.
Now is not the time to listen to your lecture. It's a big problem. The dress I left in my room is gone. The wedding dress for tomorrow's wedding. When I woke up this morning and went to look, it was already gone. I think it might be a thief. What should I do? I can't make it in time for tomorrow's ceremony.
Oh, you just realized that now, didn't you? If you had gotten up earlier, you would have noticed it sooner. I took that dress and boldly dyed it for you.
What? What do you mean?
I covered the dress in paint. Now tomorrow's wedding is off the table.
What? What do you mean you covered it in paint? I don't understand what you mean you covered someone's wedding dress with paint. Why would you do that?
I wanted to ruin the wedding, and you.
What?
I was against the marriage in the first place. I can't believe he's with a loser who didn't even go to school properly. And yet, you even got married without telling me? I am so disgusted with you.
Well...
And you even decided to get married on your own, didn't you? I gave you my approval to get married, even though you're undereducated. I'm not going to stand by and let you get away with that. That's why I spray painted on your dress.
I don't understand. How can that be a reason to paint the dress the day before the wedding?
You made that dress, didn't you? If it was a rental, you would have to pay for it. But if it was your handmade dress, you don't have to. If the dress was lost the day before, there would be no time to make a new one. Of course, the wedding would be canceled. And you, who was in charge of the dress, can be held responsible for that. Hopefully, John will get angry at you and kick you out of the house. That's what I thought.
Excuse me, but you are very stupid. Has your brain degenerated because you hate me?
Well, you are a foul-mouthed woman, aren't you? I wonder why John married such a woman.
You have a bad mouth too. Your mysterious thoughts and actions are making my head explode. Do you know how long it took me to make that dress? It took 2 whole years. I designed it, I sewed it myself. I poured my heart and soul into it, using all the skills I had. And you just smeared paint all over it in one night for some stupid reason? I can't believe it.
What's that supposed to mean? I don't know if you're a designer or whatever. I don't even like the fact that you're working. You're a married woman and making a little money out of your part-time job. It's as if John is worthless.
I don't want to talk about my work right now. I don't need you to tell me what to do about my job.
You're so cocky. I really don't like you.
What are you really going to do tomorrow? What about the wedding? John's sister, Sarah, was looking forward to it. The dress and the wedding tomorrow.
Well, both John and Sarah must have been looking forward to it. If you don't have a dress, there's nothing you can do about it. If you had kept an eye on them, they wouldn't have been covered in paint. It's all your fault.
That is a very crude shifting of responsibility. Ruining the wedding to bully me? That's disgusting.
Say whatever you want. I will do whatever I can in my power to get rid of people I don't like. If you don't want to be treated any worse in the future, you middle school graduates should step down.
I don't know what you mean. Oh my goodness, the dress. I feel sorry for Sarah. A once-in-a-lifetime wedding? What should I tell Sarah?
What? Why do you feel sorry for Sarah?
Huh? Do you really not understand?
Huh? What? It's true that Sarah was looking forward to the wedding tomorrow. But that's not a reason to feel sorry for her, is it?
What are you talking about? I do feel sorry for her. Having her own mother ruin her dress?
Huh? What are you talking about? I painted your dress, didn't I?
Huh? Yes, I made the dress.
No, that's not what I meant. It's the dress you're going to wear at your own wedding.
No, it's not. That's not my dress.
Huh? What do you mean? It can't be, can it?
What are you saying? That dress is Sarah's dress.
What? That's a lie. That dress is Sarah's?
That's right. It's not mine. It's the dress Sarah's going to wear tomorrow.
Oh no! How could that happen? I thought it was your dress that I painted.
I really can't believe it. Do you have any idea how terrible your behavior is?
Huh? Why? What are you talking about? Tomorrow is your wedding, right?
Huh? What are you talking about? Our wedding is in 2 months.
What? The month after next is not Sarah's wedding? There must be some mistake, right?
No, it's not. Tomorrow is Sarah's wedding. You didn't even know that?
That's a lie. That dress is Sarah's? I really can't believe it.
Huh? Are you out of your mind? I thought it was because you didn't like Sarah's marriage. I thought you were thinking that you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone to get rid of me. No way, you're not that stupid, are you?
Of course not. All I wanted to call off was your wedding. It couldn't possibly be about Sarah's.
What? Weren't you talking about Sarah's husband when you said something about his educational background? It's true that her husband graduated from high school, but he has a cooking license and works at a luxurious restaurant, so he's a respectable person. I thought that was a terrible thing to say.
Of course you're the one who is undereducated. You're not even aware that you're a middle school graduate.
That's not true. Besides, my educational background has nothing to do with marriage.
I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. Why is John trying to marry this woman?
What? You mean I'm the one who graduated from middle school? I'm not a middle school graduate, but in case you're wondering, I went to college.
Huh? That's a lie. You can't possibly be a college graduate. I heard from your classmates that you quit high school halfway through. Then you must be a middle school graduate.
It's true that I stopped going to high school before the graduation ceremony, but I earned credits and I received a diploma. If I had attended until graduation, I would not have made it. Universities in Japan start in April.
What? Japan?
That's right. I graduated from a clothing design university in Japan. I came back after graduation and am working as a designer. If you want, I can show you my graduation certificate.
If that's the case, you should have said so earlier. Oh my God, you put me to shame.
You must have heard about me through others and just misunderstood on your own. I have never said that I was a middle school graduate. But that doesn't matter. What are you going to do about Sarah's dress? It's tomorrow, the ceremony.
I don't know. I thought it was yours, so I put plenty of paint on it. I didn't mean to ruin Sarah's dress. It's your fault for leaving it in a confusing place. It's not my fault.
You have no intention of apologizing. Sarah loved me like an older sister even before I joined the family. I designed it and then I refined it even more. It was a dress I made just for Sarah. You stole it like a sneak thief and even smeared the paint on it. What's more, you said it wasn't bad because you thought it was my dress. You are the worst, the most vicious, and the dumbest.
Shut up!
I can't talk to you anymore. I will show this text conversations to John, Sarah and her husband, and your husband, and let them decide how to handle this.
Hey, that's not fair.
Please think carefully about what you did and the meaning of fairness.
Do you know what will happen to my position if you show this to my family?
Yes, of course I do. That is why I am going to make the facts clear.
If you do that, what will happen to me? Please don't.
Then you should reflect on your actions. I can no longer help you.
Reflect on what? What am I supposed to be sorry for?
Everything. Everything you did.
Hey, Ashley, please help me.
What is it, Emma?
I'm being blamed by everyone in my family. It's your fault to begin with, so do something about it.
My fault? Why am I being blamed?
I didn't do anything wrong. It's all your fault.
What do you mean? Please explain in detail.
You gave me wrong information, and I misunderstood.
That's not true. I told you from the beginning that our wedding is in 2 months. I sent you an invitation, didn't I?
Well, did I get it? Even if that's true, you should help me. Make my family stop blaming me.
Emma, you have to take responsibility for your actions. For many things, I can't forgive you.
I'm telling you to do something about it.
I'm not going to help you, and I have no reason to help you.
You must clear up your family's misunderstanding. If you don't do something, my future will be ruined.
You must accept the consequences of your actions. It is none of my business what happens to you.
Oh no! Please do something about it. My family thinks it's all my fault.
Of course it's all your fault. You disrespected people. You bullied me and you tried to call off the wedding, right?
I sincerely apologize. I'm sorry.
It's too late now. Please stop saying things for your own convenience.
Don't say that. I will be abandoned by my family.
I have told you many times. I have nothing to do with it. You did this. So please resolve it yourself.
Ashley, don't say that.
What in the world is going to happen to me in the future? After that, I suddenly decided to lend the dress I was going to wear at Sarah's wedding. Somehow, we managed to hold the wedding without a problem, and the whole family was relieved. Sarah thanked me with tears in her eyes, and that moment was truly moving. My father-in-law will pay for the entire cost of the ruined dress. The whole family was furious with Emma, and my father-in-law immediately divorced her. John and Sarah also declared that they would no longer be involved in Emma's life, and she was told to disappear from the town. She cried and screamed like a child, but no one would listen to her and only gave her cold stares. She could not even make excuses because the evidence was well documented. After that, she disappeared from our lives, but no one knows where she is now. She will never come back. By the way, my wedding went well. Because Sarah had already worn the dress I was going to wear, I had to wear a wedding dress designed by a friend of mine in a hurry. The dress was really beautiful, and I had the wedding surrounded by my friends and family with a lot of love. From now on, I will build a new family with John. I am looking forward to our future.
My daughter's wedding is finally approaching. I hope all the preparations are in order. We'll be in trouble if anything goes wrong.
Oh, Mindy, yes, I did everything I could to help with the preparation. I'm looking forward to the day of the wedding.
You're so easy-minded.
Huh?
You've got to make sure everything is perfect, right up until the very last minute. Did you even think about my entrance scene? I'm the bride's mother, so you have to make sure it's well directed.
Well, yes, but it's your daughter's wedding, right? She is the star of the show.
Yes, that's right. But as my son's wife, you have to handle everything perfectly.
That's not what I meant. Why do you need an entrance scene? Your daughter will walk the aisle with her father. Can you just sit during that?
That's not okay. I'm the bride's mother, remember? Of course, I need the most lavish entrance scene. It's always been my dream.
I've never heard of such a thing.
You'd better think about it. That's your duty as my son's wife. Get on with it, since my daughter and I are both busy.
Okay, then.
Sorry that my mom asked you to prepare something stupid. Sounds like she's forcing you to do it. If you don't want to do it, you can say no to her. I'm sure she's just blabbering nonsense.
I don't mind at all. I'm just trying to figure out what to do. I mean, I've never heard of a bride's mother who needs a lavish entrance scene or anything like that.
Me neither. Just let it slide. I don't think we need a lavish entrance scene for the bride's mother. My sister wants to decide what to do and not do in her own wedding. Mom knows about that, so she decided to talk to you and was planning to make you persuade my sister to grant her wish. Mom's really getting on my nerves.
I secretly contacted your sister to make arrangements for her wedding. Seems that your mother wants to show off, isn't she?
You're right. Dad's already tired of dealing with Mom. He said that he can't keep up with her. Now that my sister is getting married, maybe it's time for my parents to move on.
Move on? What do you mean?
Dad said he can't keep up with Mom's egotism anymore. Looks like he has given up hope on Mom. He said the last few years have been tough on him. Now that my sister is married, I think he's relieved. To be honest, I want Dad to be free.
I see. So that's how it's going to be. Well, first things first, your sister's wedding. I'll do my best to support her. So let's make a fantastic marriage celebration for the sake of your dad's happiness.
Go for it. Thanks, Abigail.
Richard, what's wrong? I'm on the train.
Abigail, Dad just collapsed.
Seriously?
Hey, you! It's my daughter's wedding today. Aren't you supposed to pick me up at 10 to go to the wedding? What are you doing? How long are you going to make me wait?
What are you talking about, Mindy? Are you out of your mind?
I won't allow you, who is my son's wife, to come late. It's my daughter's wedding day. I told you that you had to be perfectly prepared.
This is not the time to be talking like that. Wait a minute. Didn't you hear anything about your husband? I wonder if that's possible. Today's wedding is canceled.
What did you say? You're not doing your duty as my son's wife. I'll have you divorce Richard.
What are you saying at a time like this? Why are you so angry?
It's because you canceled the wedding out of the blue. I've been waiting for you to come and pick me up. How are you going to take responsibility for what you've done?
I didn't cancel the wedding by myself. Instead of getting angry, I think it's time for you to see the reality.
Stop kidding me. You just canceled my daughter's wedding.
Are you sure you have no idea what's going on? Now is a difficult time for us to think about the wedding. Richard contacted you, didn't he?
What are you blabbering about? You canceled my daughter's wedding, you lousy woman. If you don't want to get divorced from my son, come here now.
We're all at the funeral hall now.
What?
You're the one who should hurry up and come over here. I heard you haven't been in touch with anyone since yesterday. What have you been doing? I've been trying to reach you, but you didn't respond at all.
The funeral hall? Why? It should be the wedding ceremony hall, isn't it? Explain to me what's going on.
Your husband just passed away.
Seriously? Are you trying to deceive me?
Absolutely not. You didn't know that your own husband died suddenly? Your relatives and the hospital staff called you, didn't they? Why didn't you answer the phone?
I don't answer calls from unknown numbers. I don't trust you. Your joke isn't funny at all. I can't believe that my husband died. He was alive and kicking.
It was a heart attack. I heard that his heart condition isn't well. He must have suffered a lot.
Is that why Richard kept calling me? He called the other day to warn me about my attitude towards you. I thought it was just another one of those things, so I ignored his call. I didn't know that my husband passed away.
I'm sure that you're very upset since you found out the truth. Of course, the wedding will be canceled and no one will come. It's not the right time to talk about the wedding. So I didn't mean to cancel the wedding suddenly because I was the one who's responsible for the planning. But I had no choice.
When will we have the wedding then?
I wonder why you're still talking about that. Your husband had a hard time, so the relatives have already gathered since yesterday. By the way, where were you last night?
Me? I was busy with the wedding preparations and stuff, so I moved from place to place.
Wedding preparations? What do you mean?
Well, I had to go to the beauty salon and everything. A mother of the bride shouldn't look so shabby. She has to appear beautiful.
So you were going out alone to make yourself look as good as you could? You stayed out late at night and you just ignored the calls from your relatives. That's quite selfish.
I didn't know anything about my husband. There was no phone call.
You said that you ignored Richard's calls. I'm sure the hospital staff called you too.
I told you about that earlier. I just didn't think it was a call I should take.
Didn't you hear from any other relatives? Oh, I got it. You don't get along with your relatives, so that's why you didn't register their numbers.
I beg your pardon? There are things you can say and things you cannot.
Anyway, I think Richard did contact you. Your husband was in a lot of trouble, and it's your fault for not answering the phone call. You have no right to complain.
So what about my husband? Is he okay? He's alive, isn't he?
Didn't you listen to what I told you? I'm telling you that I'm now at the funeral hall with the relatives. Don't you know what that means?
A funeral hall? Really? How is that possible? You're lying, aren't you? You're just trying to trick me.
How could I deceive you with such a thing? It's all true. Your husband passed away while you were enjoying your beauty treatments with his money.
Oh my God! I didn't know anything about it. How could he die all of a sudden?
I don't think your husband wanted to die all of a sudden. He had a heart attack, and that's the cause of his death. I'm sorry that you don't get along with the relatives and no one told you about what happened to your husband. But at least Richard was trying to reach out to you.
You're so persistent. I noticed that Richard called me, but I ignored him because I didn't think it was important. It's not my fault. Why didn't you guys try harder to contact me? You should have texted me.
Richard said that he texted you. He was trying to tell you that something bad happened to your husband. Didn't you notice that?
What? You're right. I saw his message now.
It's your fault then. Anyway, we're planning for the funeral now.
That's too sudden. I can't keep up.
I know, but you need to face the truth.
Then what about the wedding? What about all my hard work for that?
Excuse me?
I was looking forward to the wedding. What on earth am I supposed to do? Even my daughter was looking forward to it.
What are you talking about? Do you realize that your husband is gone? Even your daughter still can't accept the fact that her father is gone forever.
I know, but the wedding is different.
What's different? Your daughter has already discussed it with her husband. She's decided to postpone the wedding.
What? You're kidding, right? Postponed?
Of course it's postponed. You're the only one who didn't know. I wonder why you keep talking about the wedding. Since you've chosen not to think about anything else other than your daughter's wedding, I can see why you're being shunned by your relatives. I'm sorry that I have to say this, but you are absolutely ridiculous.
You're so rude, Abigail. What on earth are you trying to say?
All you think about is showing off, and you don't think about your family at all. During my wedding, you were the center of attention, weren't you? You only cared about yourself.
That's because I'm beautiful.
It's true that you are beautiful for someone at your age. But there's no way the groom's mother would appear in a white dress during her son's wedding. I don't think anyone would have expected that. I think that's why you stood out.
What am I going to do now that I have a new dress again this time? I rented it for the wedding, so I have to return it tomorrow. What a waste. I think I should wear it at the funeral. It's my husband's funeral, so I have to stand out, right? I'm sure he'd love that.
Are you out of your mind?
I beg your pardon? What a rude thing to say. I can't let you get away with it. I'll have Richard divorce you.
You are the one who is being divorced.
Huh?
Actually, it seems that your husband had filed for divorce just before he passed away. He was already tired of living together with you. He decided to live separately after his daughter's wedding. There was also a letter addressed to you.
Divorce? No way! I didn't hear anything about that. You can't just do whatever you want.
The divorce papers were written by consent of both of you, so we just filed them.
But you are not supposed to file it yet. What are you doing, submitting them on your own?
It's your daughter's wedding, and you're trying to make yourself the center of attention. Also, you were threatening me by telling me that you'll have Richard divorce me over and over again. I think your husband must have got tired of it. It's crazy, no matter how you think about it, isn't it? I, too, understand very well how your husband feels. I'm already at the level of respect that he's been married to you for such a long time.
How rude of you!
Your husband passed away, Mindy. The husband who looked out for you so tenderly is gone now. He died while you were visiting the aesthetic salon. Why don't you reflect a little and grieve?
Of course I'm sad. I can't attend the wedding, and I can't show off my beauty anymore.
You're a horrible woman, you know that?
Anyway, I'm on my way there now. At least, let me have a proper funeral. Tell everyone I'm on my way. I have to make it an emotional goodbye for him. Well, I'd rather do it at the wedding, to be honest.
Richard is talking to the other relatives now.
About what?
Your husband had already divorced you, so I have a feeling that he doesn't want you to come to the funeral.
What are you talking about? He's my husband.
Your son and daughter don't want you to get in the way of their final goodbye to their father. They don't want you to interfere with it.
That's a lie. I'm my husband's wife.
Not anymore. You're divorced, so you are now a stranger. All the relatives don't want you to come either.
Why? I can't believe this is really happening.
The fact is, you have not been a good wife. I'm afraid I won't be seeing you anymore. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait! Don't abandon me! Tell me where the funeral hall is. I'll be right there.
I'm not going to tell you where it is. You can go on your own and regret what you've done. Anyway, goodbye, Mindy. I hope I won't see you again forever. Of course, Mindy was not allowed to attend the funeral by anyone. She never got to meet her ex-husband and bid farewell to him. I feel a little sorry for her, but I'm sure that my father-in-law was relieved. After that, according to his will, my father-in-law gave the family home to his daughter and son. Nothing belongs to Mindy. Seeing the empty house, Mindy finally realized what a terrible thing she had done. It is truly appalling that she didn't realize what she had done until this happened. It's too late to regret it now, isn't it?
Can I talk to you now, Isabel?
Sure. What is it, Drusilla?
It's about the school trip. Are you going?
Of course I am. Why did you ask that?
Seriously? I don't think you should go. I wonder why you are in a group chat anyway. You're really getting in the way.
But my mom paid for it. She told me to have fun. She'll be worried if I don't go.
You were raised by a single mom, weren't you? Is it true that your father cheated on your mother and left you? It sounds like drama.
It's none of your business. I'm not going to talk about my family, and I don't have to.
You're a real jerk.
I have to study and improve myself to help my mother. I don't have time to deal with all your harassment. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind you giggling at me at all.
If you have to study so hard, you better cancel the school trip and study at home.
I can't let my mother worry. I can study during the school trip, so don't worry about me.
I'll make you regret your own decision.
As I expected, Drusilla's group of friends ignored me during the school trip. Even at the amusement park, they ran away from me. I don't mind, but I think they were such terrible classmates. As time went by, I got a job at the prestigious company and got married to Ben. I gave birth to a child, became a full-time housewife. I was living a happy life. Then, one day, I met Drusilla again at a company party to which the employees' families were invited. What kind of fate could it have been? Apparently, Drusilla's husband is an employee of a subcontractor company. Later that day, I received a message from her.
I was surprised. You are Isabel and we went to the same high school, right?
That's right.
What a terse reply. I'm Drusilla, remember me? You should be a little more sociable to me.
I remember you well. How could I forget?
What a coincidence! Isabel, are you the wife of Ben, who is the director of Company S? You've been working so hard for a long time, haven't you?
Yes.
What a surprise! It's a small world, isn't it? My husband is very trusted by Ben, probably because he is good at his job. Did Ben ever tell you about my husband?
I haven't heard anything about that. We don't talk about work at home at all.
Really? Anyway, I heard that you were a secretary at Company S. Is that true?
Yes, until I gave birth to my first child.
So it's true. That's great. Then you must know the company pretty well, right?
It's been 5 years since I left, so I don't really know the inner workings.
I heard from my husband that when you got married, there was a rumor about the secretary who stole Ben's heart. That's amazing. I wonder what kind of technique you used.
Huh?
You've been studying so hard since high school. It's a big deal that you became a secretary. Even though you were raised by a single mother and son, you've come this far and it's amazing. I'm sure your mother must have been happy to see you move up in the world.
What do you want from me, Drusilla?
Am I not allowed to text you if I don't have anything to do? We're friends, right? Let's continue to be friends.
Friends?
When I told my husband that I was friends with you, he was so happy. He said I should treasure my friendship with you. I would certainly do that even if my husband didn't tell me.
I'm sorry to be childish about this, but I don't remember being friends with you. I'd rather not think of you as my friend.
I knew it. You still have a grudge on me for what I did to you in the past, right? Me and my friends were kind of teasing you and making fun of you at that time. Sorry about that. We were just kids after all.
Is it just a little thing for all of you to ignore me and giggle whenever you saw me? Doesn't seem like it to me, though.
You're right. I didn't think it was a good idea for everyone to ignore one person. But I couldn't be the only one to speak up in that situation. I always felt bad about that deep inside my heart. Actually, it was hard for me too. I'm really sorry.
It didn't seem very much like that. You were the one who took the lead and ignored me, weren't you? I often got sarcastic messages from you.
That's not true. I wanted to apologize to you for a long time. I'm really sorry.
It's okay. It was a long time ago. I don't care if you apologize now.
That's right. Let's just let bygones be bygones. It's not good to complain about the past forever, is it?
What did you say?
By the way, there's something I want you to know.
What is it?
Company S is starting a new project. They are going to have a competitive bidding process for the planning and production of the project among 3 subcontractors. Did you know that?
I haven't heard anything at all. Me and my husband don't talk about work at home.
What kind of conversation are you having at home then? Are you sure that both of you are getting along well?
We're fine. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay then. Anyway, my husband's company will be participating, so I'm really busy right now preparing for the presentation.
I see.
And it seems that one of the judges is your husband. My husband will definitely get a promotion if he's selected. If that happens, our family will be filled with joy. You can understand me if I tell you this much, right?
I don't think I can do anything about it. I've been telling you from the beginning that I'm not involved in the project.
You don't have to be involved. I just need you to persuade your husband. I heard that your husband has a soft spot for his wife. I'm sure he loves you so much.
I don't think that matters at all. My husband is a person who doesn't let his personal feelings get involved in his work.
What? I wonder why you are talking coldly to me. We're friends and I'm just asking you to do me a favor. It's okay to cooperate a little, don't you think so? If my husband is chosen, I'll bring something valuable for you as a reward. I'll make sure to thank you with all my heart.
What do you mean by something valuable?
My husband will get promoted, so I'm sure that we can provide you with some valuable things. You're a housewife, so you want some pocket money, don't you?
Is this a bribe? Did your husband ask you to do this?
Not exactly, but my husband told me to get along well with the wife of Ben. So you do understand what your husband's real intention, don't you? You would be pleased if me and my family became happy, wouldn't you? Who wouldn't want their friends to be happy? Don't get me wrong. Let me make this clear. I don't consider you my friend. It's just a bad memory from the past. Not again. That's not true, right? But I understand. I'll tell my husband exactly what you want me to tell him. Will you be happy with that? Really? Thank you, Isabel. I believe that's what friends are for. I mean, this can be used as proof that you were trying to make a backroom deal with me. Backroom deal? What do you mean? If everyone finds out about this, your husband's career will be in danger. He may get fired too. It's very dangerous. Why? What's wrong with asking a friend for a favor? If you don't understand, that's okay. I'll tell my husband anyway. Please do so. What happened after that? Drusilla's husband was sent to a rural area, although he wasn't fired. Well, it's obvious. I heard that Drusilla came along with him, so I don't think we will ever see each other by chance again. I don't want to see her ever again. My heart felt so refreshed at the thought of never having to see her again.